have you ever had that moment where you're just doing something completely random, just doing your normal daily routine, or doing something completely separate from video games, or maybe even just during a video game, and it just pops into your mind like an image or a sound or some kind of like anything, information from a game that you've played many years ago and completely forgot about? Well, I had that moment the other day, and it was kind of weird because I was like, just like doing the dishes, and I was like, power up pants, or pants of power, and I'm like, why does that sound familiar? Like bizarrely, weirdly, strangely familiar. Well, that's because it reminded me of a video game that I played way back in the day that I completely forgot about, and I'm wondering if other people, maybe not the exact same games, if other people have had those moments where they remember a video game and then they go all the way back and retrace the steps to find out what that game is, find the game, and then play it. That's what we're doing today. So, the game of Pants of Power, or Power Up Pants, the game that's from is a game called Spooky Castle. And Spooky Castle is one of the two games that we're playing today. Both of these games, Spooky Castle and the other game, Zulu Assault, were games that were collected on a collection of games for the Windows 95 PC called Galaxy of Games. These Windows 95 Galaxy of Games collections featured like 50 different games that were shareware games. Some of them you could get online or something like that. Some of them were just collected from independent developers, and I'm assuming just thrown on this disc of multiple games. Some of them were demos, some of them were full games. Alright, let's jump in with today's video on Happy Beard Games, Zulu Assault and Spooky Castle. So let's jump in with the first one of these two games, and that is The Adventures of Bouapha. Yes, it's pronounced Bouapha. Spooky Castle, which is actually part of a series. So we got new game, continue, and exit. And I really hope it doesn't crash, because that would stink. So let's start with new game. Welcome to Spooky Castle. Alrighty. It took me a while to get this game to run. I think the best way to play this game is downloading it through the link that I'll provide in the description box. Which they actually kind of revised it and put it on a website where you can download it from like Windows 10 and stuff. You go inside these trees, they take you to different places, like the Ghoulish Glade. Now, I remember this game being a little bit like, it kind of reminded me of Luigi's Mansion at the time. I think I might have got this a little bit later than I thought I did, because I don't know if it was like the first time I played it or later on, but I remember the green character wearing green like Luigi, and being a haunted castle with some ghouls and stuff. I know this can't wait before Luigi's Mansion, but I don't know, I remember at one point seeing it and then it reminded me of Luigi's Mansion, or maybe it was vice versa. It's kind of a weird thing. Okay, so you clear out these trees, and I think once you get them all, then you can lock the door. So we picked up... Oh, I don't have the hammer in this one. Well, that's kind of weird. How am I supposed to get past this skeleton? I gotta walk around him. The health is in the top corner. You gotta pick up the hammer. Hammer up! So you can attack with that bad boy, that hammer. It's another thing, kind of reminds me of like Mario. You got that hammer in the Donkey Kong Mario, and the hammer in Mario RPG that he uses. It's a simplistic game. Yeah, this one has some nice, like, you can't see where you're going since you're in the dark kind of effect, like a fog of war with a spitter, as I call them. Here we go. Pants of Power. That's the key thing that brought us all back to this. I was just like I was in the kitchen doing some dishes, cleaning some dishes, you know. And all of a sudden I was like, Pants of Power, and I was like, well, what does that sound familiar at all? I'm like, what the heck does that even mean? Like, is that from a game? And then I thought of this. Oh, the gate's open right now, but there's one more. I think it's a tutorial. Or no, this is the tutorial. Okay. The tutorial is this little warp thing, which actually I thought was part of the HUD. So let's just go through the tutorial real quick. You must collect all the brains, kind of like a Pac-Man type thing. The hammers are your weapon. The control or Z is to throw them, so I'm using the Z button. There's mummies. Eat that mumble, excuse me. And then we've got zombies too. More hammers will get you more power. You can see they stack up in the top. Pants of power. What do pants of power do? They speed up your attack hammer. And you collect keys to open doors, which is matching colors. Weapons have ammo. So you can do that. Destroy that thing. Press Shift or X to use it. Limited ammo. Well, X. I'm gonna try it when the next monster shows up. Go in there. Yellow keys work only once. And I messed up because I should have gone through this door to grab the other keys. Because yellow keys are limited. So you can press escape if you're stuck. Oh, I see you can do give up. Let's save real quick. Save! I see what they mean by give up now. Let's go through this last tree, because it crosses them off once you complete them, obviously. The shed. You're in the shed now. Oh, you can push boxes, too. Or I actually can push them once. So let's pick up all this stuff. So there is some precise, like, puzzle solving. Like, you only press the boxes, I think, one way, maybe. I can't... What? No, I can push it again. Okay, never mind. But you still have that, like, slide puzzle-esque... puzzle solving. There we go. Like you do in, like, classic Zelda games and stuff. So... This is gonna be hard. We got a lot of monsters here. But we do have, like, the double, or I guess it's a triple hammer. Missile pack. I don't know what missile pack is. Let's try the X button and see if I can do a stronger attack. Oh, I can do that. Oh, those are the missiles. I can shoot missiles out. Well, that's pretty cool. There's some takeout, Kung Pao. Take out those monsters. You don't really take damage too fast on this. He's cool cat bad, which is another thing I kind of remember hearing a lot. When you beat a level, he says, "I'm cool cat bad." And I'm like, it's really weird, but it's funny and simple. Okay, we did all that. Now, oh, we go in these little holes, and these are the levels. So that's kind of like the hub. Oh, we got dragons, Loch Ness Monster type dragon things, sea monsters, aquazoids. So I just remember this being a nice, simplistic, Zelda-styled, sort of Zelda-styled. It's not really Zelda-like because you don't collect items and go to towns and do all that stuff, but the dungeons feel like a Zelda, so it is, in a way, Zelda-like. But yeah, you're just going through dungeons, fighting monsters. It has a horror style to it, which I like. I like that in, like, Castlevania games. Am I supposed to be holding it down or pressing it? Which is the faster attack? That's me pressing it fast. This is me holding it down. I guess it's the same speed. I think this Chinese food gives you a little bit of health. Cherry bombs. There's the bombs. I can't tell if they're really hitting. It kind of goes off screen. I don't think there's a camera control. I don't even know if I can go in the water. Yeah, this is a game that you could get on the Windows 95 compilation disc called eGames, Galaxy of Games Silver. And this was on the one that I had. This was the... I think this might have been the old... No, I think I had a couple Galaxy of Games. They might have not all been the actual Galaxy of Games by eGames, but I had a couple, maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 of these collections of shareware games. And it's weird because on the cover for this games collection, it says it's not shareware. So maybe that's the wrong term I've been using. But they're games that are kind of lower budget. They are, I'm assuming, independent developers like this game was. They're not, they're not Konami, they're not Capcom. This is like how you get indie games on disc, like back in the day. I guess you could kind of compare it to some of the shovelware, not really shovelware, but indie games that you see pop up all over on like the Nintendo Switch eShop or Steam or what have you. But back in the day, not everybody had the internet. And even if you had the internet, you might not have had enough resources or internet time, like AOL, to download all these games. So if you buy a disc, not only do you get to keep them forever, you get like 50 games all at once to to play. You don't have to worry about internet or whatever. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was the same one. There's another collection that I had that was definitely shareware, and if I can find the disc in the future, I'll get it, or if I can remember what that one was called, I might be able to find a archive, you know, like way back archive online file for it, or just be able to find the disc ISO just normally for free and download it. But it was like, it had games like this, and I'm trying to describe it, but it's a vague memory, so it's hard to describe. It had really weird games, like games that you'd find and play, like Flash games or maybe Java games from the internet back in the day, but they were on a disc, and it was the weirdest thing, because even back then I thought it was weird that they had games from like CartoonNetwork.com. Remember Cartoon Network? You remember CartoonNetwork.com? It had a bunch of cool games on it, right? Back in like the early 2000s, late 90s, CartoonNetwork.com was a website I went to a lot. And that one, I gotta remember the yellow key is, you only get to use it once and it's unlocked any doors, a skeleton key. Let's go through the blue. It should take my yellow key. No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Thought it would. Bathing area. Back to what I was saying. I get off topic a lot, but they had like weird like games from like CartoonNetwork.com on a disc, and it had some other games from other websites that I didn't know. And I like had like this game where you were like, I feel like you were in some like stereotypical redneck, you know, like a trailer park or something. You were shooting. It's like a shooter, but like it was like a point-and-click shooter, and you're like in a trailer park or something. And there was one that was a cow and chicken game from CartoonNetwork.com. You could tell they took it directly from the website, and it was just weird how it was like, now it's safe to bathe. What's that mean? Should I go? Well, the water kills you. Okay, well, found out about that. Anyways, let's try this level again. We're not going to play it too much here today because, I mean, this could go on for a long time, but I just want to get those, like, it's kind of nostalgia. It's not, like, the best game ever, but I enjoy it, and I have memories of it, so I want to, like, kind of, like, see how much of those memories I can bring back, kind of. Where did I get that key at? Apparently I missed it. Yeah, this game is, pretty cool. If you want to check it out, the link for this game, I don't even know where the key is. Where was it? Oh, I think there was a broken wall you can break through. But yeah, if you want... I get off topic a lot, once again. If you want this game, let's finish the sentence, Kevin. All you gotta do is check the description box of this video. You can find the link to where I found the video game and download it yourself. Now, I'm running this on Windows 10. I don't think I added any like third-party tools to get this one to run. I think I'm just playing it normally. I did press Alt-Enter to get it to run in windowed mode because I have a 4K monitor. It's really big, and this game is not. So I'm doing it in windowed mode. It doesn't look like it on the video, but it's on windowed mode. So yeah, I don't know. It's like, I think it runs better on windowed mode. I could be wrong about that, because I had some crashes when I was playing it earlier just to test it out. It crashed in the tutorial level. And as we saw, we played a little bit of the tutorial level today. And we're playing way past that too. So I think playing on Windows is a safe bet for when you're using Windows 10 computer. I'm not sure if that's how it worked for me. It might have been a completely different thing that caused that. I gotta remember to stay away from this water. Oh, that's why that bridge appears, because you can walk on the water and get the red key. I don't know why I didn't pick that up, or I didn't like understand that when I saw that on the last round. Let's try to beat this level, and let's see what happens next, and then we can go to. We'll switch over to the next game, because this is a two-part video, but, well, it's a two-part in one video, 2 games in one video. But, ooh, energy barrier. But I'm not going to split it into 2 files. It's power. With that. Oh, you just pick it up like that. Well, I have to go above it. Oh yeah, okay. It's a little tricky. The brains give you points, and there's like a brain meter on the side, which I'm not really sure what that is. A boiled brains recipe. So there's lots of fun things thrown in this game. I was looking at the website, And the developers just wanted to make dumb games that are fun to play, and just this fun games that are like classic gameplay. It's kind of like a Zelda. It has some elements of Mario in it, or Donkey Kong maybe. And it's like a Zelda. It's got that nice horror theme. It's like a classic, and it's fun to look at, and has nice monsters that are really simple. But it's just pure fun. It's not anything. There's no narrative. There's no politics. There's no story really. It's just basic going through dungeon. It's kind of like Gauntlet. It's like a basic, like the 80s version of Gauntlet, where it's like that. It'd be cool if this game had multiplayer on it too, like Gauntlet. I don't think this has multiplayer at all, but that could be a limitation of the time, because this came out in 1998 on PC, and it's I don't think they would add multiplayer for a game like this at the time. They might have. But this specific game, probably not. What I do, break it? I don't know how to get through that. What does the sign say? The mumbles guard this passage. Ooh, spooky. Spooky castle. Let's take out these guys. There's the mumbles. Oh, they're behind a door. I was like, well, why can't they? I can't even get to them. Huh. The excitement is a little overwhelming for me right now, because it's like, oh, I'm going back to like a game that I totally forgot about and stuff. That's why my sentences are getting a little mixed up in this video. So hopefully you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. Eventually. Eventually. But yeah, passage is opened. I don't know what the chairs do. I think they're just there for nothing. Well, we opened a passage, which I think is this place down here that I was trying to break open and I couldn't get to. Yeah, I was right. And that's, you get the yellow key, got the flamethrower. I'm gonna go ahead and save.
Save.
Wait, how far are we into the game? 20%? Or is that this level? I mean, I could almost beat this in a video, but we're saving it for another day, because I want to get to the second game on that Windows 95 eGames Galaxy of Games disc, which is called Zulu Assault, which is a lot harder to get to work, get to run on Windows 10. Not only did I have to find the actual file for the game, I had to get a program to force it into windowed mode, which is a pretty cool program too. I'll have links to the program to force into windowed mode, and the link for the game that I downloaded and played on this the actual video in the description box below. So we're going to do that in a little bit. But I do want to mention, because I don't want to talk about it too much during the game, but on that game that we're playing, Zulu Assault, I couldn't get, for whatever reason, the game to run in windowed mode. So I have the full game, I have the demo game, so we're playing the demo, which is cool, because I think that's all I had when I was a kid, so it's like, okay, it doesn't really matter that much. Hopefully there'll be enough content for that. Ooh, I got a gun. Oh, it's a flamethrower. Ooh. I think that's all I do, just leave the zone. Yeah, checked it off. That can't be 20%. Let's double check. Let's save.
Save.
Double check. Okay, maybe the castle's a little bit smaller than I expected. Anyways, let's exit Spooky Castle, which is pretty cool. I recommend it to people that are interested in these simple, fun games. But we're going to switch over to another game on that Windows eGames collection called Zulu Assault. There's other games in this collection that I remember fondly and had fun with. There was a game that was a lot like Exevious, the classic Namco Exevious, but it was its own thing. There was some other games that are on the cover of the box. I found the cover art for that CD collection, and on that cover art it shows Spooky Castle, so I knew it was the right collection, and it shows some other games that I remember as well, but a lot of them are like puzzle games or board game things, so we're not going to do that today, but we're going to check out Zulu Assault, so let's jump in with that right now.